Hello everyone, my name is Chessy and today we're back with the rumi61s. Back in May, I was able to get my hands on the rumi61 as my keeb to try out different mechanical switches. And now, Rumi sent me the latest upgrade and that's the rumi61s. Now let's do an unboxing and I'll let you know all my thoughts about this keeb and how it compares to the rumi61 after. Rumi did send me this for an honest review and I just want to say thank you to Rumi for trusting me for this review. With the rumi61s, you do get a sticker of their logo, which is the nice R that stands for Rumi. Next, we have the instructions which list the details of the keyboard, the Bluetooth instructions, and the different function keys you can do with this keyboard since this is a 60% mechanical keyboard. Next, we have the USB cable cord, which is your ordinary black cord to match the black keeb as well. The keyboard also comes with accessories and a little plastic packet. So first, the Rumi comes with its own logo keycap, which is super cute and matches the colors of the board as well. The keeb also comes with 2 extra switches and a 2-in-1 switch and keycap puller. I'm glad they did include this kind of keycap puller since it won't scratch any of the keycaps when removing them. Now this is the rumi61s. It's a black 60% mechanical keyboard that can be used wired and with Bluetooth. So the rumi61s has black backlit keycaps with white legends for the different symbols of the keeb. In front of the keeb, you can find the logo of the Rumi, which I really like since it does look a little minimalist. At the top of the keeb as well, you can find the USB port on the left side, and then on the right side, you can find a switch for the Bluetooth mode on the keyboard. So let's go into the specs of the rumi61s. Now first, this is a 60% mechanical keyboard, so there are no dedicated arrow keys, and the only way to use the arrow keys is by holding down function and pressing on any of these 4 keys. As someone who needs arrow keys, I found it super hard to use this keeb since I'm not used to holding down the function key for the arrow keys and I generally like it to be more accessible than that. For the rumi61s, I chose gateron yellow switches, but the keeb can also come with gateron brown switches if you choose. One of the best features of this keeb is that it is a 5-pin hotswappable keyboard, meaning you can remove the switches and replace it with any other mechanical switch that you like. Now let's go into plugging in the keeb. So when you plug in the keeb, you can tell the Bluetooth mode is on with the tab blinking blue. You can switch to wired mode by holding down the function and tab. Once it shows a red light, it means that the keeb is now in wired mode. The Bluetooth mode works up to 3 devices and connects pretty quickly as well. The keeb also comes with different RGB settings that you can access by holding the function and pressing the slash to cycle through RGB modes. You can also adjust the brightness of the RGB and the different speeds of the RGB as well. The rumi61s comes with brand new software that allows you to change light modes as well. You can play with the color wheel, but the color might not come out the same as shown on the screen. Now let me show you an example. I was able to achieve this pastel pink lighting on the keyboard, but on the screen, it was meant to be this peachy color, so you can see that while you can play with the color wheel, it might not be as accurate on the keyboard. Now let's go into the typing experience. So for the typing experience itself, I honestly really liked how much shorter the keyboard height is. As someone with smaller hands, I find it so much easier to reach the keys and don't need to reach as far as well. My one big issue aside from the arrow keys though were these page keys in the middle of the board. Several times while using this keeb in the last week, I would accidentally toggle the function mode, and so when I was typing, I would be doing the different page key actions which freaked me out since I thought my PC was glitching. And so the first few times I actually had to restart my PC because I thought it was a me problem. But then I realized it was just a page key, so that's something you also have to take note of when using the function key. So how about the typing sounds? Personally, I don't find the stabs that come with this keeb to be bad at all. I've definitely heard worse and I haven't even tried to mod it and it sounds okay to me already. So let's do a little short typing test before doing all the comparisons with the original Rumi61 and let me know what you think. Now, let's talk about how this new rumi61s compares with the original rumi61. Now, the most obvious difference, of course, is that the rumi61s comes in a black color while the rumi61 comes in a white color. Next, we have the Rumi logo in the front. The rumi61s has the minimalist logo, which is the letter R, while the original has had the whole word etched in the front. I do prefer this minimalist logo more since it just does look prettier for me. The USB-C port is no longer in the middle for the rumi61s, but on the left, and the Bluetooth switch is on the top instead of the back. If you compare both the heights of the Rumis, you can see that the rumi61s is shorter than the rumi61. And even the way the case is made is actually different. Personally, I prefer the shorter typing height since it is easier for me, but honestly, it also doesn't make the biggest difference to this keyboard. What actually makes a super big difference for me between the two keybs is how there is no longer a Mac mode in the newest Rumi. In the rumi61s, you can no longer use the Mac media keys on the function row, and honestly, that was one of the best parts of the original Rumi for me since I owned an Apple at the time. This is a change I'm sad to see go, but in replacement for the Mac keys, they have the page keys on the rumi61s, which wasn't on the original rumi61. RGB lighting between the two keyboards is also kinda different. So in the original Rumi, it offered pastel RGB shade in the different RGB modes, while this new Rumi has only your usual primary RGB shades. And if you really want to get those pastel shades, you would have to make them on their software by yourself. And this new software where you get to play with the color wheel wasn't actually offered in the previous Rumis, so you do get this new software with the new Rumi. So overall, I would say that after comparing the two Rumis, you can't actually treat both the keyboards the same way since they seem like two completely different keyboards under the same name. And of course it should be that way since this new rumi61s is technically an upgrade. The keeb now offers 5-pin hot swap, which is great for all beginners. It has a new and improved software. It's offered with gateron yellows. The keyboard also has new functions that weren't in the previous rumi61. At the end of the day, it all comes down to preference. Personally, I prefer the original rumi61 because of the easy use of arrow keys and the useful Mac mode, but my brother does prefer the rumi61s. He likes the new color, the page keys, he doesn't mind the arrow keys since he can always get used to the function key. Plus, he also likes that the gateron yellows come with the keeb as well. At the current price of 2,899 pesos, I would say that this keeb isn't bad at all for its price. And it's perfect for beginners, especially since it is a hot swappable keyboard. But at the same time, I would also look at the current competition of this keeb, such as the Royal Kludge keyboards or the tecware B68, and just look for what's best for you. Crazy just how in 1 year the keeb market has shifted and how many more affordable hot swappable keyboards are available now, just like this rumi61s. It's great for the community, and this was something I also wish I had when I was looking into buying my very first keyboard as well. Now I'm going to be leaving you all with one last typing test, and I want you to let me know what you think about this keeb and how it compares to the old one. Do you like this new keeb more, or do you like the original Rumi more? Let me know what you think down below, and most importantly, happy typing everyone!